everyone. Welcome to another exciting episode of Edu TV podcast, when we bring you insights that go beyond the classroom. I am Shaila Bhatia, a proud class 12 student from KIIT World School, Pitampura, New Delhi. Today, we are diving into a topic that every aspiring international student cares about: letters of recommendation, LOR, and statements of purpose, SOP. To guide us, we have a very special guest, Miss Jyoti Tadela, senior consultant at AEEC Gurugram, who has helped countless students secure admissions in some world's best universities. Welcome to the EduTV podcast, Ms. Tadela.
Thank you, Shaila, for the warm welcome. It's a
Yes.
pleasure to be here and to share insights that can make the admission process smoother and more effective for students.
So, ma'am, with this, the topic is very clear to us. Should we start with some questions to make the podcast more thrilling? So, ma'am,
Yeah,
my
yeah,
first question from you is that we see that many students hear about LQRs and SOPs, but they don't understand the importance or what it actually stands for. Can you explain us why these documents are so crucial for university applications and what is the main role it plays?
sure. So, see, LORs and SOPs are not just formalities. Okay, so they are narrative tools that go beyond grades and test scores. Universities receive thousands of applications with similar academic achievements. Okay, so they look for authenticity and potential through these documents. So the statement of purpose, that is SOP, showcase your clarity of goals, motivation, and alignment with the program, essentially answering why you and why this program or why this course. And whereas LOR is concerned, which is letter of recommendation, on the other hand, adds credibility by offering a third party perspective on your character, skills, and accomplishments. Together, they paint a complete picture of you as a learner and future professional, which can often be the deciding factor in competitive admissions.
Now, with this, I arrived with another question, which may
Sure.
be a question for many. And the question is that when it comes to SOPs, what are the common mistakes that the students make, and how can they create a statement that truly stands out in their work, and which makes their work just fabulous, so that the countries have to take them?
Good question. So, one of the most significant errors that students commit is being too generic or too general,
Okay.
making vague claims such as I'm enthusiastic about this program like business, computer science, without illustrating the reason or methods. Another frequent problem is approaching the SOP like resume writing in paragraph rather than crafting an engaging narrative. Okay, so different to differentiate yourself, your SOP should begin with an impactful statement, impactful opening, an experience, challenge, or realization that influenced your interest. And then comes a demonstrating a logical flow. Connect your past accomplishment with your current readiness and future aspirations. And even this emphasizing personal influence, how you utilize your knowledge in practical situations rather than simply what you learned. Keep in mind that authenticity is essential. Admissions committee appreciate uniqueness over flawlessness, so make sure your true voice is evident.
Thank you, ma'am. This was something which was very helpful because I myself am thinking of
Okay.
pursuing psychology, and I also want to study abroad. So I guess
Okay.
this would be easier for me also. And
Okay.
it is also a purpose that children will know how they have to show their creativity and everything.
Exactly.
Same goes for LORs because there are strong recommendations that can make big difference. So what do you think that can make a huge difference in LORs?
The value of a recommendation depends on the recommender's capacity to present specific and credible example of your strengths. So my suggestion, select someone who is familiar with your academics and professional background rather than merely choosing someone with an impressive title. Okay, so provide your recommender with context and ample time. Discuss your aspiration, accomplishments, and the reason you are applying for that program, which will allow them to create a customized letter. Most important, nurture strong connection with your teachers or
Mhm.
mentors throughout the year. Request made at the last moment, the request which you make at the last minute
Yes.
are likely to result in generic letters, which do not enhance your application.
So, ma'am, I would like to ask a last question. And this is something which is a need of an hour. So, the question is that with growing competition, we know that there is so much competition, especially for international admissions, because it is providing more opportunities to people. So, what do you think is the intake for people who are preparing for LOR and SOP in 2025 and 26?
Okay, so let me answer this question pointwise.
Yeah, that
So
would be
my
more easier.
yeah, so my prime recommendation is begin your work early. Start drafting your SOP statement of purpose at least 3 to 4 months ahead of the deadline to give yourself time for multiple revisions. Second, conduct thorough research. Gain a deep understanding of the program's value and incorporate them naturally in your SOP. Then tailor each application. That is, each institute wants to know how you align with this unique culture. Okay. So for letter of recommendation, reach out to your recommenders well in advance and provide them with all necessary information to simplify the process. Lastly, keep in mind that these documents serve as a personal branding tool. Ensure they present a coherent, genuine, and engaging narrative of your academic path and future goals. Okay,
So basically, we need to balance our
exactly.
time, authenticity,
Time
as well as
management.
creativity. Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
So, with this, I would like to thank you, Mr. Dela. And it was so nice to talk to you. You shared some valuable points for us and clearing a lot of myths about LORs and SOPs. I am sure that our audience also now feels confident and more courageous to prepare for these documents. To our viewers, don't forget that success starts with preparation and the right guidance take you places. So once you think of doing something, and if you have courage to do it, you will be able to do it. Thank you for joining us on today's episode of EduTV Podcast. See you the next time for more such conversations beyond classrooms. Keep watching EduTV Podcast.